What's up guys, Cass here from GiveWave Studios, and on this one I'm going to show you guys how to assemble your Shin-Kal dagger from K-pop demon hunter. This is the weapon that Zoey uses in the movie, so I'm going to walk you guys through the process real quick. These are the parts that you get with everything, so we'll start with assembly. You'll notice the two little nodules up here, the white little nodules, those are your LEDs. Be super careful with those when inserting and removing the battery. So to insert the battery, you're going to do texture side facing down, text side facing up, and you're going to go from the point of your diamond here, you're going to put it down, and you're just going to slide that into place until it can't go anymore. Okay, and now that you have that on there, the reverse side is the on-off button. So press and hold to turn on, press and hold to turn off. It's going to come with this little sticker. So what you're just going to want to do is align the two outer edges of your electronics to your sticker. It's okay if it doesn't fall exactly where it needs to be. You can just go ahead and grab a pair of scissors and just trim any excess that you may have. Alright, that done and out of the way, you can go ahead and slide that into your part like so. You're going to grab this little guy and put him in here, and that closes the set. Add your tassel in here, so slide that through the hole, open the loop, push the rest of it through, and then just tighten. But when you tighten, pull from the string, do not pull from the head. Alright, so pull from the base of the string here to tighten it. Alright, so in order to take this out now, fairly easy, just go ahead and open palm, slam the piece on your palm, and all of this stuff should slide out a little bit. And if it's not enough, slam a little more, it should come right out. Okay, in order to remove the battery, you're going to grab something plastic, probably a plastic takeout knife or something, and you're going to push the edge of the battery here back the other way to remove the battery. Be very careful not to break the LEDs on the front, because that will damage your prop. It is a press and hold to turn on your unit. Okay, there are 7 steady color modes and 1 animation mode. This is one of them. It's kind of like a slow fade between all of the colors. The next one is what I call party mode. It's a fast flashing of colors. And then you have your steady colors. You'll have your blue to green, red, teal, yellow, magenta, white. Okay. The nice thing about this is that if you press and hold, right, to turn off, when you turn it back on, press and hold, it'll remember the last light that it was on. And this is very useful when you have more than one unit, because you can turn them all on at the same time and get exactly the right color you want for each one. Let's talk about the different types that we have. So this one that I'm working on right now, this is the PET G one. This is the solid one. And then this guy here from this bundle, this is the flexible one, right? This is the TPU one. Light wise, they look very similar. Like if I were to turn these two on, let's put them to the same color at least, so that we can get, right? They look super similar. The light travels through them just as well. Biggest advantage of the flexible one is just that. It's flexible and really it's unbreakable. There's nothing I can do to actually break this. Whereas this, it's no slouch. It's very strong. It has a lot more advantages over this in the sense that it is slightly clearer, right? The print is much nicer. This gets a little bit busy towards the bladed tip here, but not something that you will notice up close. From afar, they look exactly the same. Again, so the sturdy one is clearer. It's sandable, obviously. You can paint it. If you are doing any type of paints on this, I would recommend going very, very light with like alcohol paints. You can even use food dye on this to kind of like tint it if you'd like. But very lightly. The more color you put on this, the less the light is going to shine through. So you want to keep it as clear as possible. You can even use things like these color morph colors from Krylon to kind of give it like iridescent feel to it. There's a bunch of stuff that you can do to customize it, whereas this, not so much. All right, and then let me show you guys what it takes to actually break this. Let's go ahead and try this way. All right, nothing there and nothing here. And just to give you guys a sense of, like, I am wailing on this, and really the only thing that broke is the tip. And even if I were to, I can't quantify that, but it took a lot of effort to actually snap this. So it's no slouch. It's super strong, but again, it can break. That's really the only downside to this as opposed to this one. Obviously, if you're going to give this to a child, you know, and you're not like a grown adult that knows how to handle a prop, I would probably go with this one. It's much safer. They can't, you know, stab themselves or anything like that. They can't really hurt themselves with this one. The edge is actually blunted a little bit just for this purpose, and you can see if we compare these two, right, this is much pointier on the sturdy one than it is on the clear one. And that aside, let's talk about the bundles. So with the bundles, you also get these magnets in between them. Okay, you can see here I've marked mine with an X. That's just so I know which polarity the magnet is facing. So if I put this one down on the power button here, right, I'll know that the next one, the X, also needs to face out from the power button. So I put this on the power button, X facing out, and then back to back, they'll attract each other. If you don't do it, the magnet will just repel, so you'll always find the direction even if you don't put an X on it or not. Okay, and then we'll put the final one here. And remember, because these remember the colors that you're on, you can color code them if you'd like. So all you have to do is just press all the way through, right? And all three of them will light up, right? So let's say that I wanted to sequence it so that this one was, let's turn this one to pink, right? We'll turn this off. Right, we'll do this one as teal, and then we'll do this one as white. Okay, so we'll go ahead and turn that off. Turn this off. All right, we'll organize them together. Next time I go to turn them on, press and hold. Okay, and I find that this is kind of like the best combination that looks more like the color scheme of the movie. For our props. And obviously, because they're connected, you can just kind of like slide them around, and if you practice enough, you can probably get them in the bundle where you can spread them out into threes like she does in the movie. One thing that I would highly suggest that you do is grab a piece of foam and just make a copy of this. You'll see here, if I go ahead and slide my piece back in, okay, long part always faces down, short part always faces up. All right. I have a nice alternative to my clear piece. Obviously this looks ugly with this tan foam. If you use like a white foam or a plastizote foam, that'll work much nicer and look more cohesive with everything. All right, as far as like a couple of like troubleshooting things, again, if you're doing this and it's not coming out and you feel like this is stuck, it's fairly easy enough to kind of like troubleshoot this. You could use something with a point like an ice pick or an X-Acto blade, and you can just go kind of in between where this is here and just wedge that open with your X-Acto blade until you kind of have it come out, and then that should pop right out. Another thing is, if this is not coming out, same concept, you can grab something with a point and you can just kind of go into some of the edges and just kind of push that out, right? It's better for this to be too tight than too loose because you don't want to have to lose it. So that's a little bit of troubleshooting right there for you. And if for whatever reason some of your colors are not turning on anymore, that is a telltale sign that your batteries are getting low. I should probably replace them. I'll have links in the description where you can grab more of these. They come in like a pack of 50 for like super cheap, so you can always have some. And a lot of the promos, you'll see that I use this one. This is a much nicer one. I use it for a lot of the shots and the testing and prototyping phase. So all that to say, you can definitely swap these out for a much nicer one. I'll try to have links in the description to some that I may have found, or if you happen to have your own, by all means, go for it. So that's pretty much it. Hope this one was useful for you guys. If you'd like to purchase any of these, I will leave links in the description. I think that's about covered everything. This has been Cass from GiveWave Studios, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.